Vegas Rico Coliseum. It is Game 2 of the Western Conference quarterfinals. Toronto Marlies with a 1-0 series lead playing the Rochester Americans. It is the first appearance for Matt Hackett with the Rochester Americans in this season's playoffs. His record 3-0 with Rochester since coming over in a trade at the deadline from Minnesota/Houston. It is Drew McIntyre playing his second game of the series, 1-0 record, a .912 save percentage, 3.02 goals against average. And we are just about ready to drop the puck. Attempted clear by Baroni, will not work, and then he turned it over. Here's a chance, Sigamanis to Paul Rangers! Stopped by Hackett as he made sure to get out. Didn't get burned that time, as the score remains Gutzeg for now, with 7:24 to go in the first. Out in front, D'Amigo! Point blank robbed by the glove hand of Hackett. Adam with some speed, lost it in his skates, refound it. Now McCormick with a toe drag move, nearly pulled it off, but sliding into the net at the end of it all was Carter Ashton. Acton as Scott breaking out of the Toronto zone. Scott, little toe drag to his backhand, one-handed shot, and he pulled off, getting the puck to the net as Hackett also alertly came out to post check him. 3 seconds left. Marshall will just try to calm it down, plays it up the boards, and now tempers flare at the buzzer. McCormick in the mix. Ross in there. Tarnowski trying to pull someone free. That's Kevin Marshall. And now McCormick goes back in to grab Greg Scott. And now we've got everything boiling over. Punches thrown over top of players, and there aren't enough officials in there to break up as many scrums as we've seen. Marshall, one-timer and a pat stop by Hackett off the long shot from Ashton. Penalty over. Now Ashton throws a thunderous hit on McCormick, and he sent the big man down. And now all kinds of bodies flying all over. 1:17 to go in the Toronto power play. Connolly following up. Kept the puck in and stayed onside. Now it's a one-time play from McKinnon and score. Sigamanis on the rebound has opened the score. The Marlies lead at 1-0 in Game 2.
Well, persistence by the Marlies, taking the puck to the net, not turning down shots. This is one terrific one-timer because Jerry D'Amigo gets all of it. The initial save by the goaltender, Matt Hackett, but Scott with the rebound, Hackett with the second save, but Mike Sigamanis pounces on that loose puck, and as a result, the Marlies get a power play tally and open the score here. It's 1-0 for Toronto.
That'll be Adam moving it back to the point for Ismiller. Snaps his stick in two. That'll give Toronto a short-handed breakaway. Here's Scott all alone. Scott Deeks, and a glove save by Matt Hackett with an exclamation mark at the end. D'Amigo knocks it down. Mancari goes into the play as it's in his own D zone. 1 for 6 are the Toronto Marlies, and Acton catches Balin trying to duck out of his hit. Balin put himself in worse position to receive it. Stepping up, Morgan Riley to steal. D'Amigo just waiting, trying to stay onside. Hackett got bumped, and D'Amigo will score! McKen to Hackett, out with a little bump, and D'Amigo had a wide open cage. It is 2-0 Toronto.
1 minute and 45 seconds into period number 3. The Marlies capitalize on a mistake. We talked about it in the first period. Communication between the goaltender and defense. And here it costs the Rochester Americans.
Far side point for Marshall. His pass across, picked off by Adam. Adam tries to split the Toronto D in the other direction, and it'll be Marshall comes back to take it off his stick, and Adam who goes cannonballing into the end boards. They scramble and whack at it in front of the Toronto net, back to the circle. Now the point passing shot off the body of Ross, who took that in his shoulder blade.
Head back to Rochester next week for games on Wednesday and Thursday.
If necessary, that's right. And a glove save by McIntyre. Huge left pad save by McIntyre to keep the Marlies' doors shut. The point shot was just a light one from Pesek, who fans on it. This opens up for McKegg. All alone, fires, blocker stop by Matt Hackett, who is doing his best to keep Rochester in the game. Grigorenko swings it over Baroni. Soft door and a sliding block by Marshall to stand up in front of his own goaltender.
Luke Adam right there. He gets the puck right in the wheelhouse. I think he fans on it. I don't think he got much on it. as it doesn't make its way to the net, but that close for Rochester to get within one.
Puck centered, but it's blocked. Now Flynn, robbed by McIntyre. Toronto with the empty cage will just miss it. This will be icing as Pesic touches up, but Toronto gets the clear. 14 seconds left to go in game number 2. Marlies up 2-0. Zigomanis finds it, can't shovel it out. Girgensons trapped it. And now we've got everything boiled over in front of Drew McIntyre's Ranger. Got grabbed from behind. Now McCormick going after a couple of players, and it's McCormick and Ranger that end up in the thick of things. Ranger trying to fight McCormick off and grab Girgensons at the same time, and it was McCormick and D'Amigo.
McCormick's got his knee on the head of Ranger right there too.
And Toronto will take 2 in a row in front of their hometown crowd. And the Marlies take a commanding 2-0 series lead in the best of 5 versus the Rochester Americans.